What's going on, Sagittarius? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of December 2024. So in this reading, Sagittarius, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you regarding December 2024. So before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance, Sagittarius, for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does happen to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I'd also really appreciate that, and be sure to check out the Mystic merch. I'm wearing a super heavyweight classic Mystic tee here, and I know a lot of you guys will look fresh with it, so click the link in the description box below to get some Mystic merch as well. So with that being said, let's pull the energy and see what's coming your way for the month of December, Sagittarius. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, real interesting energy going on here. Definitely a lot of anxiety in the air for you, I feel like, especially in the beginning of December 2024. I do feel like things are going to smooth out as we go along, but there's a lot to unpack here in this reading for you. It seems like there's a change of direction that's causing you a lot of anxiety as well. You know, I feel like there's a lot of like switch ups in your life. You know, there could be a changing of the guard in terms of the people that you're loyal to. There can be people that you feel have basically like become a burden in your life that you're realizing that you have to let go, that you were once really, really tight with, is what I feel. And it could be causing you a feeling of like you could be in a state of limbo because of someone else. Or because of a lot of other people. The good news is here, though, is that there's a lot of new. This is a rite of passage that you're going through, and the universe is always going to balance out your life. So there is something about balanced forces that are coming in, like a force outside of your control coming in to help balance out this situation. I just sense that it's going to it's going to be stressful because December 2024 will feel like you're not really in control. The good news is that you're never as in control as you think you are. Like if you think the ego has to control this and control every single aspect of your life, and if you make one little move, it's going to break everything, it's not true. So I feel like there's a burden that you have the opportunity to release yourself from. And for some of you, that's the burden of control and really believing that, like some of you may be stressed out about, like I said, certain loyalties, but others of you, it's more about like the law of attraction and how maybe you think that you made a mistake, but it's actually not a mistake, is what I honestly feel. All right, so before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe, and these oracle cards contain the energy that you need more of for December. And the first one is mentor. All right, so this could be for some of you mentoring someone that you believe in here, or actually getting a mentor as well, because you know you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around with, or in the information age, you are the average of the 5 energies that you consume or you allow into your consciousness. And I really feel like at this time, because you're going through a lot of stress, it would be very wise to seek out that mentor. Now, for some of you, you're going to have to be this for someone else, especially a mentor that's going to help you get through a conflict situation. So this can even be books. A lot of my mentors I've never actually met in real life, but nevertheless, they still are there. Okay, so you get, in the information age, you get to choose any information that you want to consume. Okay, but the matrix wants to keep you in a certain bandwidth. Now, the other energy you have is mentor and conflict. Mentor and conflict. So the energy that you're going to have to navigate is a conflict energy. I definitely see that all over the reading. There can be a feeling of being, like, some of you may be having sleepless nights at this time. There's a big burden, but the universe always sends someone. Okay, mentor and conflict. So I feel like this is a higher power or someone that the universe wants you to seek out that maybe has been there, done that maybe has information that you don't have, okay? And this is a real key to seek out mentors who are able to guide you through a conflict. And for me, it's like the whole of America can hate me. I only need one American to love me, and that's Mr. Shawnee Blue Jay, all right? So you need to seek out, like, who is your guiding energy? Who are you guiding at this time as well? Okay, so conflict and mentor. Now you also have generosity. This is the energy Spirit wants you to be in, generosity. Because when you bless another, it always comes back to you threefold. If you curse another, it always comes back to you threefold, the law of three. And this is an energy in your life that I feel like many of you have a generous spirit, but certain entanglements have kind of made you maybe not be as generous to yourself. There's also about being generous with yourself as well, I feel. Have a generous spirit, have an abundant mindset, because there's something going on right now that definitely can be causing you to be in a certain lack frequency, almost like a feeling of being stuck, okay? But generosity here is, your life is always a reflection of the blessings that you give out. All right, and if you're not liking the reflection that you're getting, if you feel like there's a lot of uncertain relationships, if you feel like you're questioning there's definitely something here about questioning unconditional love and deciding how you want to move forward with this, okay? But just remember, don't let the darkness of the world take away your generosity. Be generous in spirit. Be generous with everything, okay? And even within a conflict, you have conflict and generosity. So there's some sort of split here. I feel that there's the high degree of conflict in your life, but it's saying don't let that taint your spirit. Don't let that remove your ability to understand universal laws. Okay, because I feel like there's a quote coming into my mind about, like, there's certainly a moment in December, or even for December, where you're actually understanding universal principles in a way that's a bit harsh. So make sure you take account for your own actions, but also make sure you don't become stingy. Yes. All right. Please. And so let's go ahead and get into this reading. You have the opportunity is the 10 of Wands. And this is some sort of weight that I feel you're going to have to decide what to do with. We're going to clarify why this is your opportunity. In general, I sense that this is a burden that you're carrying that it's time to release, right? If something feels very heavy, it probably doesn't belong to you. There can be certain social entanglements that you're caught up in right now that, for some of you, you have to realize that some people view you as a burden, and vice versa. So it's just about looking at that and being like, am I really meant to be aligned with someone who views me as a burden? Is someone really meant to be aligned with me that views me as a burden? Now, what this has to do with, we're going to have to see. I feel like there's a lot of pent-up energy, though, and you may need a release here, okay? And I feel like that new release is actually coming in with your soul family, something to do with balanced forces, like the further you go into the darkness, when you finally get propelled into the light, you're going to go even further into the light, into a realm, into a place that you didn't even imagine was so happy. And I feel like that's what's happening right now. Like you're almost at the point of release. All right, you're almost at this point where you're going to drop everything that doesn't belong to you and really start focusing on what does. But it just seems a little bit like there can also be an opportunity to be to work really hard on something right now, even if you feel like not a lot of progress is being made. Okay, that's what I feel. We're going to see why it's your opportunity in a minute, but definitely to release some sort of burden, I feel, or to observe why are you feeling weighed down at this time. Your challenge is the Strength card, Sagittarius, okay? And I feel like the Strength card is about not being in the ego and not being in the higher self alone, but finding a proper balance. And it's also about willpower and courage as well. There's definitely a situation, to be honest, where you're going to have to be really courageous in order to get through this conflict situation. That's why you have the Mentor, you have conflict, and you have generosity as well. So some of you, it's like, if you feel someone needs a help them out, but first help yourself first. So if part of this may be actually helping yourself first in December, so that then you can properly help other people, but the universe is sending people to help you as well, is what I'm getting. So yeah, it could feel like your opportunity and your challenge, there's some sort of insurmountable situation, but in what you don't see coming, there's a new adventure that may kind of like make you really excited, but it also it's like leaves a sour taste in your mouth, is what I'm getting. But you can either let this, like when situations don't go according to your plan, when you feel backstabbed, when you feel like you're stuck and you're not making any progress, you can either sink into that more, or you can realize that every day is new. Generosity. You have the power to start planting new seeds today. Like if you don't like the seeds that are cropping up in your life, then start planting new seeds. And the universe is going to give you that opportunity. Big time. You know what I mean? It's just up to you what you're going to do with it or not. So let's go to your overall general energy. You're definitely working through something where there's a lot of stuckness here. And there's a lot of anxiety potentially for many of you. You have the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and also the Knight of Pentacles. For some of you, there's a love situation that you feel like there's so much unconditional love between you and someone. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. For some of you, it could be someone you're just dating or you're thinking about. Or for some of you, it could be. But there's a lot of anxiety, stuckness, and lack of progress. You know, there's something about, I feel like there's an energy of 2 parties or multiple parties like trying to like break free from a situation, but because they're all coming at it from this energy, you know, it seems like everyone is burdened in this situation. Okay, everyone is burdened in this situation is what it feels like. So it's not just you. It feels like maybe you're caught up in some sort of web of stuckness. You may feel, for some of you, that you kind of got yourself involved with the wrong crowd or the wrong people in some sort of way. Now, however this manifests, we're going to see when we clarify. But just remember, you need the mentor energy to get you out of this, whether you're helping someone through it, you know, and also, you know, someone helping you through it, we're going to see. But it's definitely about questioning unconditional love in your life. And if it's not there, what are you going to do instead? How are you going to move forward? Because in what you don't see coming, you have the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Page of Swords, and also the Page of Wands. And you see in what you don't see coming, you know, the Queen of Cups in reverse. This is, for some of you, the reason why, actually, for some of you, the reason why you are in this sticky situation is because you have unconditional love for someone who's just going to entrap you in a burden-filled situation. For some of you, in what you don't see coming, you're going to start to question the unconditional love for someone that is around you, or a certain path that you're on, a certain idea that you have in general. I just sense that you questioning that the love isn't there. Why are we trying to force it? Because this whole reading is about forced. Something is trying to be forced. It's a burden, and it's not going anywhere because of that. Now, so for some of you, you're actually in what you don't see coming, like something that you thought was so permanent. This could be a group, whatever it is. You're actually starting to question loyalty. Like, should I be? The universe says, I think I should be unconditionally loyal to this group or this person. But then it's kind of like we make plans and God laughs. You know, that's kind of what I feel. Now, for some of you, this to do with a friendship, a romantic relationship, someone very close to you where maybe you thought the love ran deeper than it did. and you're starting to question this unconditional love. For some of you in a romantic situation, Sagittarius, not going to apply to all of you, but for some of you out there, in what you don't see coming, you're going to start to realize that this is not going anywhere, particularly in a relationship that someone is expressing, I love you so much, I will fight for you, I will do anything for you, I don't care, I would walk 1,000 miles if I can just see you. And like part of this problem is like, it's just, yeah, okay, you'll walk 1,000 miles just to see me, but when you get here, we're still gonna be stuck in crap. So, the journey of struggle for what? For an incompatibility? Okay. And I'm not even trying to be a dick. Like, I'm just reading the energy, because in your opportunity, it's the burden to recognize that this is a weight that is like just ridiculous. And then you have the strength card in your challenge, which is like, you may have to be strong it's like, if you want to carry this burden, you're going to have to be super strong. But on another level, it may just be easier to let it go at this point. And then you have the Page of Wands, which is about a new adventure. There can be a new person coming in, because these pages are back to back. Back to back. I like my twos. And you have these pages, like the one is looking at this unconditional love path that isn't really working. This loyalty. The cups have to do with emotions. The suit of water has to do with family, etc. And then you have this other page, like they're two different directions. And I feel like by the end of December, you're going to be feeling this stuckness. This really is not going anywhere. If I continue pouring my energy into this conflict situation, I'm just going to end up getting hurt as well. This person's going to drag me into something. This could be like a message of like, avoid some sort of stuck situation. And then you have this, which is about, you know what, by the end of and this could even have to do with the mentor thing. You have the conflict, you have the mentor is the energy that you need more of, and then by the end of the month, you have this Page of Wands. So perhaps this is you going out on a new adventure, seeking new relationships, seeking new advice, seeking a new fun lifestyle. Do something that makes you feel alive rather than soul-sucking, because to be honest, there's either a certain relationship that you're trying to force, there's a certain lifestyle you're trying to force, there's a certain life path that you're trying to force that's actually sucking your energy. It's like a succubus drain. Now, for some of you, you're in a relationship here that's like, it's all about, I would walk 1,000 miles if I could just feed on your energy. And you're realizing that's what it is, and you're like, all right. You know what I mean? Not for all of you, take it resonates, leave what doesn't. But you have the Page of Wands here in what you don't see coming. I feel like by the end of the month, there's a new fun adventure. And now here's your advice, right? In your advice, you have the Six of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and also the Eight of Pentacles here. So there's a lot of new fun projects coming in for you. Spirit's advising you. The Four of Wands shows that you actually are in alignment as well, I feel. And remember, this is about generosity as well. The energy that you need is generosity within a conflict. And I feel like this is a message in your advice. Don't let it taint your spirit, whatever you have going on. You tap into your willpower and envision something new. There may be something, I kind of feel like you're like so attached to some sort of old storyline that like maybe it's like really difficult for you to finally let it go, because it doesn't fit with what your mind thinks should be happening. But the universe, once again, might have different plans for you. And instead of that being a cause for a nightmare, I'm a failure, this didn't work, I thought this would be this way, it's not, therefore I'm going to feel bad. It actually could be a cause for celebration, because when you figure out something that's no longer in alignment with you, or it's not working for you, despite what your mind tells you, it's actually a cause for celebration rather than a cause for sadness, But I understand that there's very deep emotions that go along with it. But definitely stay busy, I feel. Stay busy with whatever you produce. This is the Eight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, maybe working with people who have a similar vision and understanding of the universe. And I feel like this is you're going to be productive by the end of the month. There's going to be a new vision. The universe is also sending you new people. And it may have to do something with karma. Okay? So be aware of, and be aware that as you enter into these new relationships, as you move through this rite of passage, don't forget to be generous. Because I feel like what's happening right now, the universe is saying to me to tell you very strongly, if you're not careful right now, there's a situation that is going wrong. It's probably going to continue to go wrong. And if you're so if you allow that to completely melt you intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, it's not the pivot that you're making onto this new lifeline will also contain that stagnant energy because you're dragging it with you, right? Oh, I gotta pull this. You see, this is just gonna be a repeat situation. Like, why should I trust this new situation if this old one didn't work out? Well, that's just, it's like a broken record. You don't wanna be a broken record here. There's some sort of positive karma coming into your life, but you want to have a generous spirit, and even within conflict, because I feel like there's some, like what the universe is saying, that a conflict may easily cause you to wipe out generosity because of your fear of being stabbed in the back going forward. And it may be like, I'm just going to work alone, like F everyone. But like I said, I even need one American, and you need a whole soul family, it looks like. So, yeah, be on the lookout for this. So, and also what I want to say as well is that despite the pain, despite the burden, despite the anxieties, despite the lack of unconditional love, it does feel to me that you are actually in alignment. And sometimes the things that the universe doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you need. And that's really what's happening you're being you're being shaped into the strongest possible version of yourself. And you're also going to have a lot of courage here. And my phone is ringing right now, but we're going to let it ring because we're in the middle of the reading. So let's go ahead and clarify some of these cards and see what's going on for you. Let's clarify why the Ten of Wands is your opportunity. Why is there some sort of burden in your opportunity? This could be someone that this also can be simultaneously releasing a situation, but it also could feel like you're taking on a new burden that is similar to what you're letting go of. Like, there's a certain flavor here, Sagittarius, that's like your opportunity could actually be, instead of running away from conflict, because the energy you need more is the mentor, conflict, and generosity. Instead of running away from the Ten of Wands, I feel like there's a situation where it's almost like, just because you switch schools doesn't mean you get to skip a grade. It's almost like there's no, for some of you, and this is not, I actually don't sense this is for all of you, but for some of you listening, what it's saying is that there's no skipping this lesson. And just because it didn't work out in this one way, maybe it needed to go down this way for universal expansion, the opportunity is almost to jump back into something that has a similar flavor, but to apply the lessons that you learned to this new situation and actually allowing that to help you really become a full and complete human being. Because if you're just in your ego, which I think is probably what led to this whole downfall, fully in the ego, you're just a beast. If you're just in your higher self, you're going to get walked all over. You're just an angel. So right now, maybe the universe is merging both of these within you, and it's a challenge. It's not easy. But this is what I sense, the balancing force, because there's a lot of yellow energy in this reading. So yeah, like I said, let's clarify that Ten of Wands here for you and your opportunity. Ten of Wands is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Emperor here. Man. And also the Queen of Wands. For many of you, you have two tens. You have the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. So there's definitely an end to a burden. This could have to do with something about you concealing your power. The Emperor and the Four of Pentacles here. This is about being stingy, perhaps, for some of you. This could also be someone around you here. It's about being in control as well, I feel. And so in your opportunity here, I feel like there's a release of control of your life and trying to keep things hidden to a certain degree. There also could be an ending here that is of your own power or someone else's power around you that you kind of have to keep hidden, because even in your opportunity, you do have the Four of Pentacles, which means you don't have to tell everyone all your problems. You also have the Queen of Wands here, so this is an issue of authenticity. I feel like your true power is coming on board, but first something has to end. Okay, your true power is coming on board, the Emperor. You're going to be more in control, but sometimes, like, to be in complete control, you have to release control. Like, the universe right now for you in this opportunity, I feel like it's like you're driving a car. You think that you're turning the wheel and it's like it's moving it because of what you're doing, but your spirit guides like unplugged the wheel from the car. You think you're turning it, but it's actually them doing it. So it's kind of futile to like put all this pressure on yourself to be, oh my God, it's all on me. It's all on me. No, it's not all on you unless you tell yourself that. You know, that's really what I feel. So there also could be an end of a relationship with you and someone that you consider to be very powerful, and a changing of the guard, perhaps. Let's clarify why the 9 of Swords is here. And it's like something to do with like, yeah. Why is the 9 of Swords here in your overall general energy? Yeah, you have there could be a conversation that you have in early December that's very painful but necessary, or some sort of news, some sort of windfall that you get about a relationship that caused you anxiety, someone that you're close to, you were once close to. The 9 of Swords is clarified by the 2 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. So there's probably a very difficult situation, a difficult conversation happening. There could also be something about someone traveling somewhere that you know that doesn't go well, that you find out about. And it's something is clearly not working out in a relational sense. Let's also clarify that Strength card. Why is the Strength card here? So yeah, a lot of anxiety within your relationships. It could be about what someone said, or it could be about something that you have to say as well that you don't want to. That's also what I feel. I feel like there's like pressure on you to maybe speak, and you don't want to do it. Yeah, the Strength card is, I feel like there's a new path that you feel like, I don't know, there's some sort of like courage that you're going to have to go down this new path. The Strength card in your challenge is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, a new offer, a new physical beginning, a new project that you're working on. And the 3 of Cups has to do with social groups and relationships and having a good time. So there can be a new social group forming around you here. I just saw 28. Could lead to a lot of wealth here for you. But for some reason, it's going to have to take courage to do it, because it may feel like as you enter into this new thing, a lot of people are like, what are you doing? You're an idiot. And you're actually like, you don't know the half of it. So there might be some sort of faith that you have to act on here, but it's actually like faith with the ego. Let's also just clarify that 4 of Wands in your advice. I feel like there's good karma coming your way. Once you can release this burden, you can release control, and you can like open up your mind. I mean, the 4 of Wands is a duplicate. You have the 4 of Wands in your advice clarified by the 4 of Wands. It's 11 twice. And you also have the 7 of Pentacles. This is about a seed that you planted long ago. This could be good karma coming back to bless you, but it's somehow in a way that it's like it causes you to go, it's a challenge for you to be strong enough to enter into this new beginning. Okay, so there's a lot of new people, good karma, new soul family coming into your life, but I sense that it's really uncomfortable. I sense that you're going to have to be generous within a conflict situation, and you're going to have to seek out advice, because there's a whole lot of people who are not going to see eye to eye with you about this situation. But you can either, they don't exist within your body, only you do.